Hello, welcome. This is your daily tarot card reading, and it is for beginning of the week really. It's for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Let's say it's for the kind of taking us up to the midweek, so it's the beginning part of the week. So let's go into the energy and see what we get here from the tarot. It's for twin flame. Can you believe twin flame reading? So we do twin flame, then I do soulmate, then I do relationship, and then I do the health, wealth and abundance, and they just go on rotation through the course of the week. So let's see, what have we got here for the twin flame connection? And even saying that, you know, it might not even be your twin flame. You know, it may be that you think, God, Kerry, you are talking about somebody completely different, like a family member or a friend. So it may not be the twin flame connection, but that's what I'm tuning into. But you will receive a message that is right for you, obviously, whatever spirit thinks you need to hear. So it could even be talking about you. I don't like to be too prescriptive, but the intention is for a twin flame. So we're going to go and see, we're going to see what we get here. Feel the energy of the tarot. Tarot, please show us what we've got here. What's going on for the twin flame, please? So we can see and understand and know what's happening. Thank you. Waiting for the cards to pick themselves. Okay, so what we've got here, right, your twin flame. Now this person, whoever this person is, Ace of Wands reversed. This person pushed away everything you were offering, okay? Ace of Wands reversed. Now I feel like this person almost lost their mojo as well. When I say mojo, I mean like sexually, if there was a thing going on between you both, it feels like they almost like lost all their drive, lost all their kinds of energy in that respect. If it's to do with, you know, a non-sexual situation, this person may have just pushed you away full stop. You know, it's like they pushed you away and they were very frustrated. Okay, because this is somebody who's very, very frustrated. They're either very depleted and they just can't, you know, they haven't got the mojo, they haven't got the sex drive there, or they're very frustrated. One of the two. But they pull back for one of those reasons. And the tarot is basically showing that they've been trying to get themselves back on track with the Page of Swords, you know. It's like they've had an idea, they've had an inspiration to really just kind of pick up their life again and maybe even work their way back towards you, you know. Now, there's been different options along the way. There's been different things that have been distracting this person. Because I want to say to you, this twin flame person gets very, very distracted. Okay, they get very distracted by things because the twin flame is usually somebody that's very emotionally unavailable. And when you're emotionally unavailable, it's because you're not emotionally connecting to yourself. When you're not emotionally connecting to yourself, what's going on? Well, basically, you are filling a void, you know. Because you're emotionally disconnected from yourself, therefore you have a void and you have to fill it. So twin flame, have a look at your twin flame, because most people will find that these people have addictions or obsessions, or whoever this person is that's got kind of this emotionally, because basically, if you want my honest opinion, right, if you want my honest opinion, you know, the twin flame vibration is somebody who's emotionally not available. And, you know, so it could be basically your twin flame or somebody in your life who's very emotionally disconnected. Emotionally, they're just not available to people, you know. So they can be quite harsh, quite blunt in their communication. Hello, Page of Swords, definitely. Now, when they take a challenge on, they do take it on and they do mean business, you know, but they keep getting distracted along the way with different ideas and different things. Now, they're not in a solid foundation right now, and they've also got the Moon card, which is depression. Your twin flame or emotionally unavailable person in your life is quite depressed at the moment, I hate to say. Lost as well. They're lost. Now, their spirit guides will be trying to guide them. Their spirit guides, because there's a lot of psychic energy with the Moon card, so their spirit guides are trying to guide them. They're trying to help them find the pathway back home to self. Now, your person is coming out of this kind of very lack, where, like I said, I think this person could have even been ill, because I did say they could have been lacking energy, you know, could have been very tired, lost their sexual drive, you know what I mean? And it's like they went into a state of lack, poor health, maybe struggling with money or worrying about money, feeling like an outsider, feeling rejected. Now, they're coming out of this type of state, but they're still very fragmented. Look at that, 2 of Cups. You know, this person wants to communicate and they want to make their way back to you, but they're very, very fragmented. 2 of Cups is a card which can represent a soulmate, a union, and also healing, where it's like you're integrating all of those fragmented parts of yourself back together. And this is like the reconnection with self, you know, when you find the spirit within you. But it's in reverse, you know, your person, no, they haven't met a soulmate, they haven't connected with themselves, and they're still very fragmented, which I mean disconnected from self, you know. So they're too much in ego, they're going out into the external reality too much for whatever. Now, they are going to make a decision. They've been very distracted lately because of this card here, but the tarot's showing that they are going to make some kind of decision. They're going to get clarity. However, they're unstable, they're in a state of lack. I think they've been letting you slip away. We'll see why in a minute. They've been letting you slip away. With the Moon card, you know, feeling very depressed. They're not sure where they're headed. They're not sure where they're going. Then they've got the King of Pentacles reversed. You know, it's like, Jesus, unstable, in a state of lack. This person's not rooted at all. Very unstable. So their mental health's unstable. They may be very tight with money, not very giving with money. Not very giving with anything, not very generous. Okay, let's see what we get next. Sorry, I just pulled that face. Oh dear. The only good thing is that they're kind of trying to withdraw, I think, into themselves a little bit more. They're not going out so much into the external environment for gratification, which is good. Now, the tarot is actually showing that they're going to make some slow, steady progress here, believe it or not. Slow, steady progress. They do have a loyalty and an affinity to you. It's probably not enough to have a consistent relationship, but they do have a loyalty to you. But they've got a lot of emotional problems. I mean, this person purges a lot. They've got a lot of pain body, and the trouble is they don't really clear the pain body out. Now, it is possible to clear the pain body out, and how we do this is by not feeding ourselves negative stories in the mind. So if you have a cry or you have a bit of a vent, you know, that's fine because that's purging the energy out. But then you need to start telling yourself a more positive story. If you don't, and you keep telling yourself a negative story that you're a victim or that you're hard done by and you haven't been treated right, you just create more of an ego, and then you fill the pain body back up. And that's what keeps this person, sorry to say, why they're so emotionally unavailable, because they're just still feeding this narrative. They're still feeding this identity that they've got about you know, all their problems, and so they don't really ever heal themselves. They don't really look at the truth within themselves, you know, so they're easily triggered. This person's very easily triggered is what I'm saying. So they've got a loyalty to you, but they've got so much healing to do. I feel sorry for this person. They don't really understand the stories they tell themselves in their head about life is actually what's keeping them stuck. And it's a shame, really. They hold on to too many stories of the past, you know, so that's why they can't really move forward with you. They've got the Chariot reversed. I mean, this is another card, lack of emotional mastery here, because that's emotional mastery. Lack of emotional mastery, and basically triggered, you know, and not really able to move forward either. And they've even got the Six of Pentacles here, not able to move forward. Your twin flame, or this person in your life who's emotionally unavailable, can't emotionally connect with others. I would say this person's got quite poor empathy. They might have a lovely personality when they're in a good mood. They might be very charming. They might be very charismatic. They might be very special, you know, like they've got a lovely personality, like when they're all lit up and they're communicating, and it's just like lovely. You know, like we've all got a beautiful spirit. This person's got a very beautiful spirit, but what it is, they've got too much ego and too much pain body, and they don't know how to get rid of it all. So the ego and the pain body keeps surging up, you see. So it kind of stops this person from being able to be their real self with you. They can't show you their real self. They can't be vulnerable, and they can't be consistently kind, because when you've got a lot of pain body coming up all the time, and you've got a lot of you're holding on to a lot of bitterness from the past, you're too absorbed in your problems. So it doesn't make you very emotionally available to others. So I'm just explaining this for you because it's very hard sometimes to understand why a twin flame or somebody in your life who's very emotionally disconnected, it's very hard to understand, why is this happening? Why do 1 minute they're close and the next minute they're gone? It's a really hard thing to come to terms with. And what we're seeing here is, I think, you know, they're trying to make some slow, steady progress. And I did say last week that I think in their own way they're trying to heal themselves. But you know, and there was some healing being shown, but I just think they've gone back to purging again. It's almost like they've taken a few steps back this week. Now, there are some challenges dropping away if they withdraw a little bit, and I think this is how they cope generally with life. If they withdraw a little bit, they can usually settle themselves back down again to some kind of balance, and so that's what they're going to be doing. Yeah. Knight of Wands reversed, you know, they just need to take a bit of time out. They've got the Three of Swords, they're purging a lot. So, you know, quite frustrated here, a frustrated type of energy, too much in the past. You know, they don't feel emotionally fulfilled at the moment. They're purging a lot, and they're quite stuck with this pain that keeps coming up. They're very stuck with it. They don't know how to transcend it. They don't know how to purge it out and then transcend it. They don't know how to do that. And they've got here the Eight of Swords reversed. So, you know, the tarot is showing that as they sort of pull back from the 3D reality, yeah, King of Swords is very much immersed in 3D reality, very comfortable in the physical world. This person's being shown they're going to be drawing themselves back into themselves, taking some time out, and that's going to help them remove some of these challenges that they've been feeling and liberate themselves from this mental suffering. So that, you know, ultimately they're going to get to the middle of the week and probably start to feel a little bit better. But that's why you won't probably be hearing from them very much. Let's have a look at the Lover's Oracle. You know, I'm very passionate about the twin flame, or the emotionally, what's the word? It's an avoidant attachment. It's somebody who's got an avoidant attachment problem. And these types of people are not emotionally connected to themselves, and that's why they're not able to emotionally connect to other people. It's a really hard thing. It's a really hard thing. The twin flame is like, they are an aspect of you, and you are one of the same soul, if you like, that's kind of split off, and that's why it's an even more intense connection. But your twin flame tends to be the one that's the emotionally traumatized one, that can't connect and is avoidant, and then whoever watches these types of things tends to be the one that's more emotionally available. And although you're very triggered by the dynamic, you would like your twin flame thing to work. So that's kind of the dynamic. You have got here a message for you. I'm thinking of you this very moment. Your love fills me with light, and I love you. I can tell you something about your twin flame, right? They really do care about you. They think about you. You are one of the only people in their life they've ever really been able to rely on. And I'm saying this for people as well, if this is your person who's just a platonic friend, or you know, somebody you know in the family who's emotionally very disconnected, okay, emotionally avoidant, and whatever type of scenario we're talking about here, this person really does value you. You are probably the person that's been the closest to them their whole life, even though in your mind you just think, Jesus, this is not closeness. You know what I mean? It's like, to me this is not closeness, but to them it is. To them, the things you've done for them and the part that you've had to play in their life has been the most consistent out of anyone they've known, and you're the person that knows them the best out of anybody. So they do value you, but they've just got so much pain. I do feel compassionate for this person. They've got so much pain body. Let's just have a look at your spirit guides and see what they're supporting you with. Magic. You've got magic. So, you know, I really do believe your spirit guides are helping you to transcend this situation so that you can have compassion for this person, and yet at the same time you're not empathizing so much. You're not like feeling all their pain anymore. I think you've transcended that point now. I think anyone that watches this channel on a regular basis is kind of actually actively working to kind of still have compassion and love for the people in their life, but actually have compassion and love for the journeys to self and to transcend these types of very painful situations. So, you know, you're being supported. The more you turn your attention towards yourself and the more you honour your own energy and the energy of spirit within you, the more your spirit guides are going to magically help you. Okay, so they're going to be magically helping you this week to feel better, I think, and maybe something magical and unexpected happening for you. But it's only happening because you are actively choosing to transcend this situation. It's like you can send your love, you can still communicate, but it's like you're pulling your energy back and you're not invested in a thing where it's just pain. You know, I think you've transcended that point. And the more you transcend it, the more magic that's happening, the more you're supported by your spirit guides, because then they can see what you're doing. Because spirit will always support you the most when you're trying to make the journey back to self, because that's where spirit wants us to be, back with self, back with spirit within, you know, not entangled in drama and fear and sadness and heartache, you know, and attachment. Because that's duality, the opposite of spirit, you see. So spirit wants you to be guided back to the self. So, you know, that's the message. That's how it's going with the twin flame. And, you know, we'll be back next week with another twin flame reading. And I'll be back tomorrow with the zodiacs. And the next reading will be the soulmate one in the middle of the week, okay? So sending you lots of love, lots of peace wherever you are on Gaia. If you want to book in, you can. Just contact me any of the ways below, and I'm sending you lots of love, lots of peace. Yeah, wherever you are on Gaia at the beginning of your week.